Here's your host, Alex Garrett.
And welcome inside to this edition of the One Leg Up with Alex Garrett feature. I want to point you to a couple other channels today where you have some adaptive conversation about what it meant for the Islanders to visit the Viscardi Center, what adaptive sports means to the disabled community and people with disabilities, and you'll hear it there too, but I wanted to get it on the record on the One Leg Up feature. You'll rehear the conversation I had with Radek Martinek, the former Islander, about his visit to Albertson, New York, and that low brick building we love to call the Viscardi Center. All right, well, one of my coolest moments now in broadcasting is actually calling a former NHLer's goal. Radek Martinek, you scored in a Radek Martinek style, but in a adaptive style, in a wheelchair. What was that like for you adapting to the chair tonight?
Oh, it's very hard to move. It's you have to use not too much power.
Right.
Move. If you're moving right, you have to pull back. If you move left, you have to pull the other hand. Oh, it's very, very tough too.
And stick handling was a change too,
and
right?
It's very challenging stick handling. You can basically use only one hand, and barely you're using two hands.
What's it mean to be part of the Islanders who are very involved in the community like this? You must love being part of all this.
Oh, it's a little giving back, right? And I love to do this, especially now I'm retired, so I enjoy this stuff.
Well, you made an impact on the island, and you made an impact tonight, so thank you so much.
Thanks
God
for
bless.
having me.
Of course. And that was Radek Martinek. How cool is that? And that was at the Henry Viscardi Center, and they played adaptive hockey. And that adjustment from walking to a wheelchair, a power chair, had to be something else, mainly a wheelchair for Radek. But then I thought, we could talk about this migrant crisis issue, and we could talk about how we're spending billions and millions and whatever, trillions it feels like, on this migrant crisis. But I don't know. I don't want to always give you bad news. Because the One Leg Up with Alex Garrett helps you have one leg up on life. And being in the doldrums when it comes to the migrant crisis, talking about the doldrums of the migrant crisis, isn't always positive or healthy or good for society. But I'll drop this. I think the saddest part of it is that Mayor Adams won't even have his call answered by President Biden. We say, how do you know that? Well, A, have we got any federal money for this crisis to handle it? No. And B, is this liaison doing anything for New York City as far as the representation of the White House? This liaison, this immigration liaison, is he doing anything? Absolutely not. And it doesn't help that this comptroller is kind of not even being the New York City comptroller. I don't know where Brad Lander is. Is he on the milk carton, as they like to say? Is he comptroller in name only at this point? Because if he was a real comptroller, wouldn't he investigate how much money is really going into this migrant crisis? And wouldn't he work with the liaison to figure out the finances of this migrant crisis? It's all kind of a blurry vision. And it's impacting us, and will be, I guess, for months to come. We can only pray that maybe those that are here illegally still want to do good for this country and will not depend on hotels and shelters, but really make good for themselves while in the greatest city in the world, New York City. But I digress. Because what caught my eye this week on the One Leg Up feature is after seeing Oppenheimer, the name Cillian Murphy, the man who played J. Robert Oppenheimer, was in the news again. This time with a music festival. So, in a few weeks, the Irish play Navy in Ireland. And if you want, you can go back there for September 7th to 10th in Cork City, Ireland, when Cillian Murphy puts on the Sounds from a Safe Harbor Music Festival. You know, he was a great actor in Oppenheimer. But did you know that he also had a band that was offered a record deal when he was a teen? But after things kind of fell through, he turned his attention to acting, according to IrishCentral.com. So the Irishman, Cillian Murphy, putting on the Sounds from a Safe Harbor Biennial Festival, which features music, dance, art, theater, and conversation in Cork City, September 7th to 10th. So about a month from now. So if you love Irish music, if you love his work in Oppenheimer, support him. And if you listen to this podcast in Ireland, which I know it is listened to in Ireland, go out and have some fun this September. Enjoy the Safe Harbor Biennial Festival, the Sounds from a Safe Harbor Biennial Festival, put on by Mr. Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy. And congrats on this multi-talented guy for not only doing an incredible job in that movie, but then putting on what I presume to be will be an incredible music festival. It's still summer. You still got things to do, concerts to go to. And if you like to travel, hell, go to Ireland for a few days. And check out the Safe Harbor Biennial Festival in Cork City, Ireland this year, September 7th to 10th. And finally today, it is Fanatics Friday. You'll have the latest deal dropped in your description below. We are affiliate partners with Fanatics. Got to meet Wade Tonkin in New York a couple weeks ago. Good guy, good strategy, brainstorming. I did wear my Fanatics hat atop the Empire State Building, which I'll maybe drop again on only Instagram, but this other app called PhotoFi. That's right. PhotoFi is an app where actually if you get enough followers and you get enough engagement, you can be considered to get donations for your work. That's right. I think it's an Instagram disruptor because I just saw recently one of my friends' airborne camera had to be censored on Instagram for a comment. Maybe try a new kind of photo sharing app, PhotoFi. Link to that in the description below as well. So a few things to catch up on. My conversation with Lou Terminello's take for this week. We celebrate 10 years as a friendship. And then we got some adaptive conversation about how adaptive sports is the spirit of adaptability. And then a couple of links to check out while you're on this podcast page. Oh, and by the way, if you download the Spreaker app, that's right, Spreaker has an app, and you subscribe to the One Leg Up feature, the Adapting with Alex Garrett feature, any of the features, you'll get notified right in the app that, hey, you've got a few shows to check out and catch up on the Alex Garrett Podcast Network. Check it out today on Spreaker. That's it for now. I'm Alex Garrett. We'll talk to you soon.